Yo, welcome back to the channel. It's David Piersaul here from the most wholesome YouTube channel on the internet. Anyways, I believe this is our first Tory Lanez video on the channel. I've definitely seen some of his videos in the past. I haven't seen this one, and I don't really listen to him that much, so I'm excited to kind of check out some new music from him. I'm excited just to check out this entire video. It looks insane. I know I have some friends who are like huge Tory Lanez fans, so let's see what's up. I'm super stoked. We're gonna run it back 2 times, once from the first time watch and second from a technical analysis. If you haven't already, join the Discord. The link is in the description below. It's cool. Discord is cool. If you're not using Discord, you're lacking, and we don't lack here. Before we get started, we gotta set the ambience. If you don't know what that means, get your tea ready. I'm personally using this Steigle mug since you guys love it. Every time I put it in the video, you guys, how do you get a Steigle mug? Yeah, whatever, it's dope. Put the headphones on. Then that was such a loud intro.
Thank you. Y'all picked a dope ass spot.
Ooh.
To be honest, this was all Tory. Yeah.
This looks good.
By the time you guys have been together after all these years, you know I'm expecting a nephew soon.
First of all, you need to deal with all that. But let me show you my favorite part of the house.
Wow, that's like a planetarium in the back.
This is a backyard.
Jeez.
And you'll have a lake.
This place is beautiful.
This is beautiful.
Yeah, it's my favorite. And thank you for helping me out today.
Girl, don't even worry about it. I'm just glad things are finally starting to fall in place.
Thank God. Thank you. You and Tory are literally all I had.
Aww. Bitch, come
There's some beautiful women. Jeez, this looks so good. Whoa. Oh, snap. What happened? Oh. She killed him?
Strippers stealing money from your locker. I've got some bitches and some options, but you the one I always pop up for you. Left side the bar, I'm out there fucking faded. Ain't anticipate the cab ride home.
I didn't even know Tory. I'm tripping. I didn't know he had this.
That's the reason why we got so dangerous. I fucking hate you. I mean, I love you, but I fucking
Look at that
hate you.
camera motion.
Why the fuck you made me feel
Look at his emotion too. He's really killing that. Let's run that back just a second. I just want to make sure I'm capturing these lyrics.
Ain't anticipate the cab ride home, but we fucking made it.
This reminds me of like old black films. That's how they shot sex scenes. They're just like tight shots of the skin and stuff. Now it's like they just show everything.
Why the fuck you made me feel like we be fucking major? I never meant to make you feel like I would underrate you.
It's a great voice.
I'm so unstable. Someone by the bleachers smoking, puffing weed.
Sheesh. Yo, I love how these performance shots are him being dragged and stuff. Look at that shot. That shot's crazy. Her hair's in the foreground. This song has like this continuous like crescendo of like never ending like crescendo. It really just seems like it's going somewhere and then it never gets there, which is interesting from a song where someone's singing more R&B than rap. You know what I mean? I like it a lot though. Tory Lanez is giving a great performance in this. Look at his facial expressions just in this frame alone. He is just like looking at the camera, like his body's not moving obviously, but the way the face is, it complements that the body's not moving, that he's dead, and the way that he's giving a very solemn performance. It's the opposite of what we usually see in these types of videos, which is a very high performance, high energy type performance shot. We don't see that here at all, and it's because the concept doesn't call for it. And Tory Lanez is killing that. I see concepts from artists who aren't as experienced as in screen presence and becoming the brand that they want. And you see this and it comes off as corny. It's just that little finite little bit of not being able to pull off those acting chops that can make things turn from like really cool to like super corny. The color, look at that, man. Where'd they shoot this at? That performance shot is amazing. The canted angle. Dang, this is beautiful. I've never seen anything like this in terms of like this type of music mixed with this location and whoa. This location is amazing.
Tell me who the fuck taught you your loyalty. How you try to fuck me and then foil me?
It's such a good variety of shots. You got the high angle looking down bird's eye view to the jib shots coming in and the rotational shots around his face.
How you moving like I'm not the only?
His voice is incredible.
Like I left you lonely.
Sounds like this is like a Drake song. Am I wrong?
Yes, I thought you would have been more loyal to me.
Oh, through the water.
Yes, I thought you would have been more loyal
This is beautiful.
to me. And I told everyone that you were loyal. Now the joke's on me. The joke's on me. I told everyone that you were the one. The joke's on me. And you let them laugh, making jokes on me.
Jeez, this is such a
I told
sad
my
song.
exes I'd make you my girl, now the joke is on me. I told the people I love that you were the one, now the joke
Wow,
is on me.
just the lyrics are so dark and personal. Oh, did they team up together? The girls?
Oh, I'm ashamed. The joke's on me.
These canted angles really dig into like the unnervingness of it. What? Directed by Sam Brave. I love Sam Brave. He's a good director. Yo, great concept. I'm trying to I feel like I didn't piece together the timeline well enough. She killed him after they got the house, but was it something that she did with the friend? Because the friend was looking like she was spying through the room. I'm trying to figure out what happened. Sucks because now we got a dead Tory Lanez, and that song was super personal. First of all, I love the song. I think the song was incredible. I didn't know. I knew like a little bit of Tory Lanez's work, but I don't remember much about it. I didn't know he had like a Drake vibe going on, which is hard. Obviously, comparing him to Drake is kind of futile. He's his own person, but I really liked this, and it did sound kind of Drake-ish. But in its own way, it was, Drake doesn't have as good as a voice as my boy Tory here does. But let's run it back for a technical analysis.
A technical analysis with David Elijah Piersaul.
You can go ahead and put that box right there. Thank you.
So you start off with an ambiguous shot of just them coming in, walking from behind camera. We see that here, walking from behind camera. We got a fade from black.
Right there. Thank you.
You don't know who this is. You just hear the voices, whatever.
Y'all picked a.
What I like about this is right off the rip, we see luxury. I understand this is a beautiful house. I don't know what the other side of this house looks like, but just seeing all that foliage in the background, that's a luxury item in itself. Having a location like that looks like it's in a rainforest. So initially, we already have an idea that this is in a beautiful house. It kind of sets the vibe of what type of video this is going to be in terms of an ex machina level of luxury, where someone's out on it just sets the vibe. And we see that it's also going to be a dark video already because they're pretty much silhouetted, which is interesting because what's outside isn't that bright when you think about in terms of general brightness, but it is bright in regards to what's happening inside the house, which is complete darkness. Not complete darkness, but it's darker than outside. So I like that they exposed for the outside. Now you can see that there's a little lift. You can see here on her jeans here, our supporting actress. They are brighter jeans, so we're going to get a little bit of a brighter color contrast, and because bright colors reflect light. So we're going to have a little bit of brighter color contrast, but we see here that there's a little bit of ambience lift. You can see that here on this wall as well, because what we're getting from out here is it's covered a lot by trees and foliage, so we're not going to get much of that hitting the wall. Like, we're not going to see a lot of, so it's going to be hitting this wall over here a little bit, but it's not going to fill this room enough to make all this super bright. My guess is that they have some sort of ambient lift over here, some type of light hitting from behind, just to lift it up just a tad, just to get a little detail in those shadows. That seems like what they're doing here. Let's continue.
To be honest,
So, whoa, I didn't mean to mute. All right, let's see. Oh,
my favorite part of the house.
okay.
And you'll have
I also like here, what I like about this video so far, the color grading is definitely very prevalent, just because you see the sky is like this tealish green type color. That's throughout, that's a lot of the color. Obviously that didn't come out of camera like that, but we can see that this looks slightly natural lit, I would say. It looks more natural lit than I would say lit. I do think maybe they probably brought in something to lift the actresses up, but this could very well be naturally lit. It could have been a cloudy day. It looks like there's a lot of foliage covering the area, which if so, you're gonna get a lot of shade. And this whole place is shaded, very flat, even lighting. The only contrast I see is coming from this left side of the frame, hitting the two actresses. That may be some sort of light coming in naturally, or they could have done it artificially. This is one of those frames where I feel like it could have went both ways, for sure.
This is beautiful.
But usually on sets that are big, something that has a budget like this, they're bringing in some type of light just to lift anything that is already there. They're hardly ever using just natural light, or they're at least diffusing the sun with something, or flagging it out, or whatever. Let's get past this. So I really like these images, very nice, sharp lenses. Here, I definitely believe that, so if we go back to this previous frame of them facing the foliage, it's pretty dark. There's no light coming from there, right? We don't see any light coming from there. There's trees. Why would there be any light source coming from there? But we see here in a second, there's a lot of light hitting their faces. There's, not that that's wrong, that's good. There's definitely a light source coming from where those trees were. They added something to fill in that face and make it look like it was brighter than it was, because obviously we want to see the actress's face. That's the most important. As a DP, it's our job to complement the actress's face. They give us the opportunity to shoot them, so we got to take that as an honor and make them look as good as possible. And that means adding light that's flattering, especially in this general area where we got two darker skin tones. We want to make sure that they don't blend into the background. They're not that dark, obviously, but you know, darker skin tones are going to blend with darker tones, and the house behind is dark. There's probably quite a bit of light coming in here. I would imagine, see with this little stripe of light here, we might have a little light coming from here, hitting the hair light, separating her from the background completely, minus just the already existing depth of field. I really like this light. It's nice and soft, and it kind of evens out. It kind of like slowly dissolves into the cheekbone here, seeing some darkness. Then we have like a little hair light. We might even have negative fill, meaning that we might have some sort of black flag hitting her cheek here, just to make sure that not too much light is making it too even, and that we still have like that moody, contrasty vibe that we get from the shadows on that side of the face. You see that same thing here, it's just flipped. We have the same thing. Has a really nice neckline, so I don't think she has much neck lift going on here, maybe a little bit, but we see a shadow here, so I would imagine that not too much neckline. Whatever we have coming from this side of the frame hitting her on this side of the face is what we have hitting this entire side of the body, which is really nice. It looks like she has less of a hair light coming in to keep the background, her hair from hitting the background. Obviously the other woman's hair was a lot brighter. There's someone mowing their grass right outside my apartment, so unfortunately, sorry for the audio. But yeah, her hair is brighter, so it's gonna look a bit more crispier. But yeah, this looks good. I mean, this looks good. You know, her hair is kind of, up towards these greenish tones, which means that for the most part, she's gonna be separated no matter what. But they probably have something really slightly, and this light could be wrapped around a little bit more, hitting the behind and creating that little rim light around her back, her back and the back of her head and things like that. Let's continue. This is really, so we get to another part of the video, and hold on, let's get past. We get to another part of the video and we see that it is a lot more contrasty. We're talking about really dark on her right side of the face, on her left side really just dimly lit. So we're getting that little bit of a Rembrandt here, which is that triangle of the shadow and the eye. We have light here, we have light here. This Rembrandt is it's a technique used in painting that we've adapted to film, where we have this shadow hitting that's what happens naturally when you have lights from a certain source and not light from the other side. You get this little triangle of shadow here that we're seeing. It's coming in, bam, we have like the light hitting the face. It's dark over here, almost completely dark, we can't even tell. This immediately lets us, this moody lighting really immediately lets us see that the vibe has changed drastically in this video. And we see her hands in the foreground with the blood. Let's skip forward a little bit. Tory is really nicely well lit here, look at that. So we have a light source coming from here. This is flagged off. You can see right here in the ground, there's a strike of light here, the shadow. That means that this is like his backlight, his separation from the floor is the actual light hitting the floor. Looks like it's motivated to look like a lamp. We see the knife in his back. Geez, that looks terrible. In terms of, that looks like it hurts. We see this light coming in, it's striked off, not to hit too much, but it's hitting his hat here. Maybe not hitting his hat, but we do have, it could be hitting it a little bit, but it's striked off pretty intense here. Separating him, creating those what we talk about a lot, which is these shadows, the light, shadow again, really nice. We also have a really, looks like it might be a top source coming from either the left of the frame here, or coming from the top here, but it looks like it's coming from the left here, and it's flagged off again to not cut to have those little, it's like a beam of light, right? And it might be flagged off enough so it's just doing this side of the face and this part of the body. So it's almost like a circular spotlight that's feathered out to go into the shadows a little bit more, just so we see his face. Really controlled lighting for sure. I love this title frame. Let's go back a couple frames though. Yep, there's that. That's crazy. I forgot that there actually is a lamp there. Now I don't think, regardless of that lamp being there, I don't think the lamp is obviously creating all of that light. There's a lot of light coming motivated from it. Yeah, same thing here. This is a silhouetted light. They want it to be very sexual, very inconspicuous. You don't really know what's going on, so that's why we see a lot of this light, like very silhouetted. We just see like the arch of his back, and you know, that light coming from that top source. Let's not dig into that too much. We'll keep moving. Let's see. Let's get past this scene. So what? This is interesting because what is the background here? So what I like about this shot is how well it tracks him being dragged back, and her hair comes into the foreground a couple times. Right here, that is a very interesting way of doing that. I wonder what they did. It's like they had a dolly possibly, or something connected to him like a snorri cam, but it's so smooth that they might have had a dolly that was following him at the feet and had the camera boomed out above him, and we're just pushing at the same pace. Her hair came in the frame a little bit. I've never seen that shot pulled off in such a perfect way to where her hair is pulling, like you can see her in the foreground as well. It's really well done. Composition here, everything is incredible. I love that they added the little steam that little steam, like light bounces off smoke, so we get the little steam and stuff coming from the lake or the creek or wherever they're at, some type of water, river that we're getting, and it's creating lots of dynamic things in this frame. We see that even more so when they get on the lake. What seems unnecessary is why she's wearing that, but whatever. It seems like she would put on some more utility clothes for such a tasking task. I love the contrast in this frame though. They filled the background with lots of smoke. She's well lit, shadowed off on each side, very dramatic, very spooky. Let's keep going. I don't know why my friend keeps doing that. It's these magic mouse from Apple. All right, let's see. This canted angle is really cool. It's a performance shot. I love the performance shot aspect to this because it's like she's in the background. We see her doing her thing, rowing the boat, and then you have him on the left side of the frame in focus. She's out of focus. It's just a really well framed shot. This is something where they probably mounted a light to the boat to get his face lit, and then maybe have a little bit of it hitting her too. A lot of this stuff outside looks very natural light. I doubt it is. There's probably bounces and little lights and little things here. Probably more so run and gun than we think, but it is super nice. All right, let's keep moving. I don't want to dwell too much on these scenes just because they do look really natural light, and lighting is a big part of what we talk about here because it is so important to the image. The way they cut this up, the pacing of this video though is good. Right when the song changes here, we see this dolly in, probably a digital zoom into his face underwater. I love how he looks so, throughout the whole video, his acting is consistent and quite impressive actually. I'm like quite impressed with Tory's acting in this. Look at that. See the same lighting setup, same thing with the silhouettes. I love this here. They got a little light on the other side of this door. Is that the other actress? I don't think it is actually. We'll see. It just looks like she's a little different. Like her face is a little bit thicker, not as slim as the main actresses. So I'm trying to see if that's this. I don't know. Yeah, what is happening here? Did she kill her lover and then act like something happened to him? Making jokes on me. I told my exes I'd make you my girl. No, that's our main actress with the afro. I told the people Or was he cheating her with someone else, with her friend? Yo. I can't tell. Oh, okay. Let's see. I can't tell if that's our actress. The other actress. I think some cheating stuff is happening here. I can't really tell. Yeah, okay, definitely. Dang, okay. So he was cheating on her with her friends. Oh, well, that's on him. He doesn't deserve to die, but jeez. Wow. I love this canted angle again here. Alright guys, let me know your thoughts about this video. I really enjoyed it. I think this video was very well made. Shout out to Sam Brave and the team involved with making this video. Shout out to Tory Lanez. I really love that. Love the song, first of all. It's definitely going to go on one of my playlists.
I went from Sunday to Sunday, at BNA on the runway. I took a meeting at 10 after 2, pulled right up after the gun range. I got a circle that worry about that code, but clientele that working under the road to stay on the low. Me and my bro just linked up and went half on the coat. Hell nah,